Welcome to the Bambushi Happy Hour. Let's talk Love Island Season 9, episodes 1 through 6. I am Peju Bambushi Roethlisberger, and thank you guys for tuning in. Before we begin, don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to this channel where we talk about all like reality shows, TV, film, pop culture, but I give you my updates on some of my favorite reality shows. I also co-host a podcast with my mom, Naomi Bambushi, called the Bambushi Happy Hour, where we talk about everything that you could possibly want to hear about. Or at least I like to tell myself that. All right. Before we begin, guys, this is just pretty much breaking down the couples from episodes 1 to 6 who got engaged and what are my thoughts on these couples. So I want to thank you guys and be patient with me. Of course, we're going to start off with Ali and Anton. Now, Ali is a beautiful, beautiful Brazilian lady. Sweet girl, but okay. I already see issues here because Ali it was complaining about the engagement ring. Anton was very proud that he spent $5,000 on an engagement ring. And she was like, well, it could be at least 10,000. Now listen, I think that if that's what you want, you have the right to want what you want. And if you feel that, oh, well, I should have a $10,000 engagement ring, if that's your goal, that's totally fine. But why are you on Love is Blind? You don't know who you're going to be paired with. You don't know how the person looks. You don't know what their bank account looks like. And this is an issue. I don't see a whole lot of depth with this woman. I don't like what I'm seeing so far between them. Yeah, they had sex. Okay. There was a physical connection. Okay. To me, she's very beautiful. It doesn't matter about his looks as long as he is a nice person and a good person. That should be, good for her. And she said she's attracted to him, but she's already coming across as being very superficial. We're seeing in a future episode where she doesn't really like to cook and clean, which okay, but does that mean that the responsibility is supposed to be on her to do all the cooking and cleaning, or is she just not doing her fair share? Is that the issue? Because if she's not doing her fair share, then that's a problem. Is she the woman that's expected to do the cooking and cleaning while he's not expected to do anything? I don't like that. But if she's just being like lazy and not doing like half of the work, that's not good. This is giving me princess energy, and that is not what Love is Blind is about. So I say red flag for this couple. I'm giving this couple officially a hooch rating right now. Next we have, I'm going to come back to these people. No, I'm going to do Madison and Joe. Now, oh gosh. Okay. So Madison and Joe. Joe, see, here's the thing. We've all, drank before. We've all had a few too many at times. And it's okay because we're all imperfect human beings. And having a drink or two and being out on, party, a pre-honeymoon and, you're excited with your honey and, you get the drinks start flowing. But the problem is that these people don't know each other. So when you get drunk in public, and no, the person that you're with doesn't really know you well. They don't know if this is a problem. They don't know if this is who you are. The person that always overdoes it, always gets drunk, always is embarrassing yourself isn't, this isn't an attractive thing when you don't know the person. Now, if you've been together for a year or two, or even if hell, they've been together for 6 months, you would have been able to see different sides of the person. This is just days of actually seeing the person. So Joe showed his ass. Now he showed his ass actually to me in the beginning. I don't know how much that Madison picked up that Joe was not physically attracted to her. And you make it seem like she's a dog. She is, not a bad looking girl. Listen, I guess he likes skinny minis, whatever, to each his own. He's not all that, okay, himself. I don't know what he's talking about. She looks fine. She looks cute. I just don't see this going well. she was just very silly too when she saw that the man was like getting drunk and he was like out of it. Let him be, let him wake up and sober himself up so you can have a sensible conversation if it's possible with him. This couple is getting a super hooch. Um I don't see this turning out well. Listen, I hope that all of these couples have success. This is just me, another hooch couple. Next, we have Annie and Nick. Now, Annie, I don't know. Like, I really liked Brendan for Annie. And I wonder if the edit made things seem differently than they were. Because I thought that Brendan laid out his heart and soul to Annie, and I wanted Annie to choose Brendan. But she chose Nick. Nick is, to me, not giving um a strong partner. He's giving kind of goofy and silly. He's not giving what you would want from a stable husband and partner. He's just giving like a goofy kid who is just kind of, oh, I'm on a TV show. Let me see how this works out. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. And she's kind of goofy too. So maybe they're good for each other, but I don't see this as a strong couple. But I'm not going to give them a hooch because they did not show their behinds like the other couples did. So they get a premium. It's a possibility that they could work out or a possibility that things could go wrong. All right. Next we have Megan and Jordan. Now, I don't know. Like I like Jordan a lot. The single dad, he keeps it real. Apparently they had some really, really great sex, the best sex that she's ever had. And apparently she's had a lot of sex. Well, listen, that's what she's trying to make us believe, right? I don't know. She says she's had lots of boyfriends. And some of them were billionaires, or at least one of them was a billionaire or close to a billionaire. I don't know. This woman likes to brag a lot. Um, and being with Jordan, the tattooed man, single dad, is this another project for her? Is this really what she wants? I mean, like I said, it's a good sign that the sex was good, but is that really what she was looking for? Living on the edge. We see in a future episode where Jordan is not going to be happy with this really big house, saying that it's too much of a house, but it looks like Megan can afford it. So will that be an issue? Is she really looking to take over being the mom, or does she understand that he has a mom, that she will just be the stepmom? I don't mean just be the stepmom, because some stepmoms take on as much responsibility as a biological mom. But I don't think that's where Jordan is coming from. Also, what was the relationship with Jordan and the mother of his child, of his son? I'm just curious, like, why didn't that work out? Obviously, they didn't get married. Just curious, because we all have had relationships, I hope, before you go on a show like this, before you decide that you want to get married. But once you have a child with someone, that's a very serious relationship. You're always going to be, bound to that person. So I just kind of want to know, was this a serious relationship that he had? Was it just like a very casual thing? What was it? How long did it last? We don't have a lot of information about that. And then Megan, is Jordan going to be the partner that she wants? Does she want a younger, and the age is not really that big of a deal, but is this what she wants? Does she want someone that's more stable? Does she want someone that's older? Does she want someone that has more money? What is it that she wants? I'm looking at her sideways. I'm going to give them a premium, not a hooch yet, because at least that they have this type of sexual chemistry that at least will be interesting and entertaining. Now, will it be able to sustain a really serious marriage? Hell no. Hell no. But the bar is very low for Love is Blind. Okay. Next, we have Calibra and Edmund. Now, I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Now, I liked Calibra from the beginning because she had like a chill, even keeled personality. I was really feeling her. I thought she was going to be sweet and kind. Edmund was quirky, odd, unique character. Tired of the pick, Edmund. Please get the pick out of your head. Once or twice you had it on there that was cute. Now stop. Just stop. A little bit worried about Edmund crying all the time. Don't know why Caliber brought up about what he would do if some man stepped to her, physically. Obviously, if a man did step to her physically, Edmund, you were supposed to be a little bit more assertive in protecting her. I'm sorry. Just, I don't believe in violence. I don't, I think you should, turn the cheek as much as you can. But when someone goes to overstep their boundaries and, violate your wife's space, then that's when you have to show some type of aggression, whether it's like, man, you better get such and such off my wife, or, move his hand off your wife. These are things that you're expected to do. These are kind of like common sense things because the person is punking you. And if they do that, who knows how far they will go with your wife or with you. So anyway, so I didn't really like that, but I don't know why she asked that question but she's giving mixed signals. She doesn't want to be the dominant one, but yet she seems to be mothering him. She doesn't value sex the same way that he values sex, but yet she doesn't want to have sex with him until they get married. But she also has had one night stands with multiple men, but she doesn't want to have sex with him as he goes over there crying and pretty much begging to have sex with her. So things like this really and truly do worry me for this couple because I thought that they were cute together. I also agree you shouldn't get married to anyone without having sex with them. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to have sex with the person the first night you meet them. Maybe give it a few days and grow the connection in other ways and build up to that. But I don't think it's a sensible thing for you to not have that experience with the person that you plan to spend the rest of your life with. I think it's very foolish. I think it's very silly. So I'm worried about this couple. Another hooch for me. And finally, a couple that I guess technically got engaged, but not. I don't know. Casey and Patrick. Now, this was the worst one for me. This one gets a triple hooch if there's ever such a thing. And if you guys don't know my ratings, hooch means this is a terrible couple. Just nothing good going on there. Premium means there's some good stuff going on there. It could go either way. And then top shelf means this couple I'm going with all in. I think they're going to live happily ever after, have beautiful children if that's what they choose. Just have build a beautiful life together. Now, for this couple, I think that Casey and Patrick, I think that they virtually just kind of like broke up. Well, I think that Casey broke up with Patrick. It was the weirdest thing in the world. I hate that Patrick and I hate that Anna felt so insecure about who they are, their ethnicity, that they wanted to hide it. And then they aren't proud of who they are. And that they have gone through things that made them feel, so ashamed of their culture. Physically, they thought that they were going to be judged. And they are beautiful Asian women, handsome Asian men, just any group. There are beautiful, handsome. There's not attractive this, not attractive that. There's average looking this. Just that whole mindset. So I feel really bad that they came in, to this experiment wanting to not disclose who they were, while the white blonde woman was fine with, oh, I'm a beautiful white blonde. Just because you're white and because you're blonde does not mean you're beautiful. Not to say that this person is beautiful or not, but it doesn't mean anything. Just because someone is black and thin means that doesn't mean that they're beautiful. Just because someone is short and whatever, it doesn't mean that they're unattractive. Like, all of this stuff comes down to the individual and to your preferences, to what you find attractive. And So I just wanted to put that out there. Now, getting back to Patrick and Casey, she tells the camera, tells the producers that she just isn't into Patrick that way physically. She doesn't find him physically attractive. Okay. Then, once she is in front of Patrick's face and sort of breaking up with him, telling him that she won't be able to go to Baja, Mexico, she's saying it's not because of the physical, it's not, I just think you deserve more. And Patrick is like, okay, 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 well, I'll see you, soon. And she's like, no, maybe. And she's still kissing him and jumping on top of him, but yet to the producers she's saying, I don't want to be with him. What the hell? What the hell was that? What was it? Get that woman Casey off of my screen. Get her off of my screen. Now, Anna, I feel bad, Anna, that you left the experiment early and didn't tell Patrick bye, but we see on a future episode you're going to talk to him. I think that she felt that she wasn't going to live up to the expectation that Patrick had of what Anna would look like. And they both knew that they were Asian, but maybe Anna was thinking that Patrick was thinking that she was going to look like such and such, and in her mind she looks like such and such. That's where I'm coming from with that. And I think that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I want to see their interactions, Patrick and Anna. I want to see what happens with that. Get that woman Casey off of my freaking screen. I do not want to see her again. She can kick rocks. Okay. So anyway, guys, so that is my thoughts on the couples and not so couple. Let me know what you thought about my commentary and what are you expecting to see on the next couple of episodes that are going to be dropping this Wednesday. I want to know your thoughts. Thank you so much for continuing to support the Bambushi Happy Hour channel. And Love is Blind season 9 recap. All right, I will be back soon. Stay safe, and thank you again, guys, for all of your support. Bye.